Welcome to English Impulse, the podcast for English learners and, well, basically everyone.
Every episode, Claire and I chat about the latest trends, news, and of course, all the juicy gossip. Hi, Claire.
Hi, Annie.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, Annie, got a quick question for you.
Got it.
Right. If I told you there was a podcast about a man who stole £14 million from his employer, disappeared for 20 years, assumed a new identity, and was finally caught because of one tiny mistake.
I would love to listen to that.
And what have I said? There was a woman who vanished without trace, leaving behind only one clue.
I think I've already watched several podcasts or listened to several podcasts about that, yes.
And a con artist who fooled an entire city?
I would still be interested, yes.
So, see, that's exactly my point. We don't know these people. We've never met them. Most of us would say we hate violence and crime.
Yeah, but I would still definitely listen to 6 hours of a podcast about that violence and crime.
So today we're asking a highly uncomfortable question.
Why are we so obsessed with true crime?
Because true crime is one of the biggest podcast genres in the world.
Yeah, it is.
Millions of completely ordinary people like you and I choose to spend their free time listening to stories about the worst things humans can do to each other.
I know, you're right. There's a fourth of the top ranked podcasts are true crime.
Right.
And not only that, like on Netflix in 2024, apparently like true crime accounted for 15 of the top 20 most watched like documentaries.
Right.
So
tells us something.
Yeah, tells us something.
So, are we just nosy, morbid, or is there something much more human going on here?
I think we're morbid, but I think it starts with the fact that humans have always loved stories. No?
Yeah, especially stories that leave us asking questions.
That's right. About like who did it, why did they do it, how did they get away with it?
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to everybody likes a good murder.
That's right. And a good puzzle. Our brains hate unanswered questions, no?
Yeah, we binge the next episode because we want closure. No, we want the pieces to fit together.
That's right. Well, the last true crime story I watched, it was that. Like, there was an unanswered ending. You didn't know who did it. No, I mean, you had an idea, but there was no closure to it.
Right.
I find that very disturbing.
Yeah. and yet there we are.
Yeah, so why do people watch true crime? Why do people love it so much?
And why is probably the women are probably 78%?
That's right.
Women watch
right.
it. Why do women watch it more than men?
Well, they say that there's a part of it that we learn. We see what red flags are out there so that we are around people with red flags because let's be honest, most murderers are men.
That's, yeah.
No, we learn these red flags to protect ourselves.
To protect ourselves, exactly. To feel safer, I suppose, in a way.
Yeah, and they actually say when you do watch true crime, you also get this like adrenaline rush, but you get it from the safety of your own home. So it's like having the best of both worlds, like the scariness and the safety at the same time.
And maybe that's why people watch it just before they go to bed. It's kind of to make you relax and sleep. Watch a good true crime.
Yeah, I know, that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
great. You're right though. You're right. For me personally, I think I love like the psychological aspect of it. Like, why do people do this? No, like. For me, it's even more interesting to watch a story where there's like a normal person who commits a crime, not
your friendly neighbor.
That's right. Yes, how anybody could be in this situation. No, I mean those are the more interesting stories for me personally.
Exactly. Why did this person suddenly turn into this horrid person, and how did he manage to do all these things and nobody knew about it?
That's right. So, are there any downsides to true crime?
Well, I think there must be because, as we say, we like them because they're based on true stories. Yeah. So therefore, these are true people. Okay, the victims, direct victims, are dead, but their families.
I know. Yeah, that's one thing that I think is hard to do, to feel good about. No, like the victims, the family members. Let me tell you, I don't know if you're familiar with the Jeffrey Dahmer story.
No, not really. No.
Well, it was a big thing when I was young, like huge, and it was all over the news. And basically, there was this like serial killer who then like kept the bodies in his refrigerator and ate them. Like it is absolutely the most terrifying story. And I was very young, and I remember this man's face on TV.
Wow.
So when they came out with like the Jeffrey Dahmer story on Netflix,
Right.
I watched literally like 2 or 3 minutes of that series, because as soon as he came out, and the man looks exactly like the guy.
Wow.
I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified, and I really didn't have any connection to this guy. You know, like
Yeah,
only
yeah,
that
yeah.
I remember seeing him
the
on
story.
TV.
Yeah.
Okay, well, because humanity is kind of stupid, people started dressing as Jeffrey Dahmer for Halloween.
Wow.
Meaning, like, people were knocking on the doors of the victims and the family members dressed as Jeffrey Dahmer. Now, if it was this terrifying for me to even see him on a screen for like 2 seconds, imagine like the trauma, the triggering of seeing people dressed as Jeffrey Dahmer on your doorstep.
I don't like that at all. No, that's quite-
Exactly. There is definitely, you know, like we are not protecting the victims or the family members of these people. No.
So okay, we established the fact that people love them. People watch them.
Yes.
They're what you said, the highest genre in podcasts. Who makes money from all these things? Who cashes in? on these?
That's exactly, that's the thing. And I don't know, like I don't think that, at least in the US, the actual criminals cannot make money off of it, because after there was like a true crime, I mean, not a true crime, there was a serial murder who killed a lot of people, and after that happened, they made a law saying that the criminals cannot make money off of their documentaries.
So who makes the money? The platforms, I imagine. The
Platforms make tons of money.
Because if it's a true case,
Uh-huh.
a lot of the facts are public information. So
That's
therefore,
right.
filmmakers, they can just producers, they can go gather that information and they can produce something that may or may not reveal all the true facts.
Correct.
Then at the same time, maybe for victims or for their families, maybe it might shed a new light on the case.
Yes, and that has happened. There's like this famous podcaster in Spain who, well, he started off, I think, like a YouTuber, going over like old cases and things like that, and he's actually discovered some real like stories and real like endings to some of these stories. So yeah, people start maybe get more attention from listening to a podcast, and there's more people hearing out, and they say, oh, I know something about this story.
Yeah.
And they're more likely to call a YouTuber than they are to call the police, right? Because, you know, maybe there's no repercussion on you if you call the YouTuber.
Yeah, so maybe some victims' families may benefit from a documentary made
Maybe,
about
yes.
a serial killer or things like that. I mean, do they? The platforms make money. The filmmakers make money. The actual victims' families.
Well, apparently, like, because, you know, there's 2 styles of true crime films, for example. There's one that, like, uses actors and makes, like, it's like a documentary, or it's film based on true events. That's what I should say. It's not a documentary. It's a film based on true events. And then there are documentaries where they may actually have the victims speaking, or the victim's family members speaking. Now, I believe that if they do that, those people get paid.
They get paid.
Yes.
They get paid.
I don't know what they get paid, but they could probably get paid something.
But the big bucks are with the platforms.
Clearly. Platforms and media are making a lot of money, and then obviously there's merchandising and apparently Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of things going on here, no, with these true crime.
I mean, I think one of the cases in recent years has also been the Mendes brothers.
Yes. Yeah, that was also when I was younger. To be honest, I don't know. I didn't watch the series, but I know that, like, since the series has been on TV, millions of people are trying to get the Menendez brothers freed.
Yes, yeah.
So we can say that they're indirectly benefiting from this story.
Yeah.
No, I mean, for them,
yeah.
it's been a benefit because
the public
people
have great sympathy with them because they were mistreated by their parents. And
Exactly.
in a way, kind of justifying what they did.
Yeah. But the problem here lies in that they're the only ones who know that story. Nobody else can confirm that story. That they were abused and treated that way. So it's very difficult. It's very difficult. But they're definitely benefiting from people hearing their story.
So, is it glamorizing
crime? I would say 100%. I mean, like, for me, yes, it does glamorize crime. Bueno, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't glamorize the murderers, no, but it does kind of.
Oh, they're making loads of money. I mean, companies making loads of money, and 78% of podcasts are people watching it and listening to it, and we love it. And
okay, let's not say glamorize. Let's say they're taking advantage of it. No, like they take advantage. They make profit. They profit off of it.
Yeah,
no?
I suppose more. Yeah, financially, they make a lot of money from it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So on one side, we're all intrigued by the stories. We love hearing all the details. We love figuring it out. We love saying, "Oh, that guy's so guilty," you know. And on the other side, we need to somehow find a way to balance it so we don't hurt the victims again, right? Or re-victimize the victims.
Exactly. Or we don't become so obsessed that it makes you very paranoid as well.
Correct.
Yeah. He looks like a murderer.
Yeah. If somebody has the same kind of quality as one of these, don't freak out immediately, right? Bueno.
Because again, they're always extreme cases. I mean, they don't reflect society.
No, most of us are not murderers, which is good.
It's good news. Good news.
That's why they're so interesting, these cases, is because they're not the norm, right?
Yeah. And I suppose the fascination of what a human is capable of doing, I think that's what fascinates us as well.
That's right. Well, are you a huge true crime fan, everyone? People listening, tell us about your favorite true crime story.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll have a listen.
Of everybody.
Yeah. And maybe I'll want to watch it because I also like true crime.
Yeah. Just let us know.
All right. Take care, everyone.
All the best.
Bye.
Bye.